Welcome to episode 5, right? Did I get it right?
Yeah, you did.
Let's go.
It's
Let's
impressive.
go. I watch my I watch my own content. Here we go. I know what's
Every
happening
day.
every day. I
Mhm.
put RNG Podcast on a fucking loop, bro, just to give it that extra view, the extra little view count. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
What's
That's how
your
you do
favorite
it.
episode?
See, I can't tell you because there's so many favorite episodes of
they're
mine.
all they're all just so good.
They're all classics,
Yeah,
right? I mean, come
of
on now.
course.
Come on
Come
now.
on.
Come
My
on
favorite
now.
is episode 5 of season 4.
Which one's that? Episode 5 of season. Oh, all
Yeah.
right. I see what you did there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, I see what you did there. Listen, I'm
Yeah.
a
Listen.
look.
What's
My
up?
favorite episode ever. You want to know
Mhm.
which one it is?
Yeah.
It's the Uncle Dan episode. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the OG throwback. That was good. A lot of good things happened for us that episode. But yo, speaking of which, I gotta tell you about this email that I recently received from YouTube. And you've received this as well, I'm pretty sure.
I think everybody received it. You're talking about the
Okay.
child protection thing.
Yup.
Yeah.
Bro. That is the most insane dystopian Google bullshit I've ever seen in my life, bro. What is this shit? Because if you really think about it, if your shit's not gonna be like safe for kids, the ads aren't gonna be on your shit. They're just gonna cut your ad revenue.
Mhm.
Why would sponsor
I
somebody who's
think
not kid friendly?
So I think the thing is with like you look at what they said and everything, and it says like because I went there today and I changed our channel to not appropriate for kids,
Good. Okay.
and and it said like if you do make it appropriate, like you lose like a notification button, you lose like a follow button. I don't know, you lose like a lot of features. So I feel like when they say it's for kids, I feel like they mean like young kids. And I don't feel like that's our audience anyway. I feel like our audience is like 13 and above. And everybody knows those 13-year-olds when you sign up for an account and they're like, oh, what's your date of birth? They're going to type in like 2000, you know?
Who doesn't? Like that's like
I mean, have
that
you ever been, when you were 13, did you ever give the truth about your age?
no.
You always say you're
No,
18.
yeah. When who?
So,
Okay, nobody says their real age on the internet. Come on, that was rule number one of using the fucking internet.
yeah. So I don't think it's a big deal.
Yeah, no, it's
But
not.
maybe it
I
is. I don't know.
mean,
I just feel like, I mean, how many views do we actually get from people that are like under 10? Not that many, I
okay.
would assume.
I wouldn't even say it's the under 10 thing. I feel like it's just kind of okay. Look, so this is my whole thing, right? Now, this is like a bigger point that
Hmm.
feeds into this theory that I have, but. View bots were a thing back in the day. I'm talking like 5, 6 years ago. People were like view botting Twitch and they got
Yeah.
away with it. Fucking nothing ever happened to them, right? But the
Hmm.
thing was, though, the same thing happened for YouTube. Like, there's hella fucking Chinese click
It's
farmers.
probably still a
And,
thing, right?
it's probably even better now. Think about it. Like, if technology is advanced in
We
every
gotta
other
get we gotta get
fucking,
some of that.
you know, honestly, I don't know where to go. Like, I don't know what to type into Google
Gotta
to,
get to the
you know what
Google
I mean?
black market.
Yo, they probably will. Yeah, I was gonna say Google probably owns the fucking market
You gotta post like
itself,
an
but
ad on Craigslist and be like, hey, I'm looking for a click farm.
it's probably not hard to set up, bro. If you like invest, like if the podcast listeners fund a click farm machine, we will become the number one podcast over time. We can't
Yeah.
do it too fast because that's how you get caught up. But you gotta
Hmm.
play the algorithm. But yeah, dude, that shit is crazy. Like just seeing how much power and Google. Okay, look, this is another thing I just recently read, but they're trying to acquire health data of American citizens.
Okay.
And I think I don't know what exactly, again, I don't want to like say all this because there's like a whole like link and shit. There's like a whole article. I just
They're
didn't
gonna
read
take us
through it.
down, dude. They're
Yeah,
gonna take
look,
down the podcast
I
if we
don't,
release
yeah,
this
bro.
information.
Look, this is coming from someone who like just reads the fucking headlines on Reddit, but like I make sure the headlines are not from bullshit sources,
Hmm.
but basically Google is trying to acquire health data
Okay.
through another company that has our information. And so now there's this argument about ethics, like should we let Google, because Google already has your location, your
Yeah,
fucking
Google's whole business
everything,
model is built on gathering data. So like that shouldn't
bro.
surprise anybody.
But health data, okay, Andrew Chang, one of his major things he's saying right now is he wants to make your data a commodity that you control. Like you can
Who?
decide to sell that data or not. Andrew Chang.
Andrew, I don't know who that is.
That's one of the guys running for president. He's the guy that.
Yang?
Oh, Chang. I said Chang. Yang. Yeah, I meant Yang. Yeah. Andrew Yang, bro. Look. His whole thing right now, his newest pitch, is this idea that your digital data becomes something that you control and you can sell.
Sure.
That's fucking 200. Let's face it, that's 200 IQ. Just as like because everyone is gonna use your data anyways, but you can control that shit, which is what I mean. That's kind of dope. In the same way, do you think our health data should be like just sold off like that? Don't you think that we should have some sort of like control over that shit?
Yeah, I mean, there's like all sorts of ethical questions, right? Because technically we are signing over our data when we sign up for the services. Like that's part of the agreement, you know?
Yeah.
So like they legally we've already signed over the right for them to use that information. So, do I agree with that? It's like no, but at the same time it's like would I rather just have let Google have my browsing history or whatever they gather, or would I rather pay like $10 a month to use Google, you know?
Wait,
Because that's why the service is free, is because they make money off of us.
I see what
But
you're
like
saying.
if
Yeah.
if they decided not to gather our data, they'd become
Yeah.
paid services because they couldn't make money.
This is okay. So my whole thing is like that is the most difficult thing to look at, right? Because
Mhm.
it's like they're not doing anything wrong in like an economic sense, right? Because this is the only way they can recoup. But at the same time, if you look at it from like a humanity sense, that is that is the worst thing possible because it's like one entity having all of this fucking power
Mhm.
and data. But it's like this really weird dynamic. Like, how the fuck do you control that? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's yeah, that's a
So
whole
I don't
thing.
know. I mean, I don't know exactly what they gather, but typically my understanding is that they just sell your data to advertisers so that they can target ads towards you, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what else they do with the data, if they do anything more malicious than that. But like targeted ads, I really don't care.
Okay. Wait.
Like that
Something
doesn't really
malicious.
bother me.
Something malicious that I think has happened to you too, and it's happened to me and a lot of people that I know, is that you'll say something and then the next thing you know, you'll find an ad as you're scrolling through a different app for that
Mhm.
exact thing. And to me that's malicious as fuck because I didn't consent to you listening in on what the fuck it is that I'm like thinking or
You
saying,
probably
right?
did.
Okay, but that's the thing. If I did, I didn't read the fucking fine
Right.
print. Who the fuck
Yeah.
has the time to sit? And that's
Nobody
another
reads the fine
bullshit.
print, and I've
Yeah,
read that kind of stuff
yeah.
doesn't actually hold up like in court.
It
Like if they're
doesn't.
like, "Oh, they
Yeah.
signed this," but it's like, "Ah."
I
You give
I
them a
think
wall of text that nobody can understand, so
I think there needs to be stricter laws on shit like that. Like just on like
Mhm.
people bombarding you with like 50 fucking pages of useless text and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden in the middle it's like, yo, we control your whatever the fuck information. Like what the fuck? Like I didn't know about this clause. Like
Yeah.
yeah, either that or there what would be a really fucking amazing service a person could do to the internet community or just like humans in general, I feel like is create a YouTube channel that reads through all of the fucking terms of service for every major service that millions of people use and read through everything, right? On YouTube and like really like go over what it means. Like if someone can provide that level of knowledge, you know what I mean,
Mhm.
about the terms of service, I think that would become easily one of the most like popular fucking like channels ever.
Yeah, I
That's
think that's a good
crazy.
idea, actually.
Yeah.
I think the only thing is like, I feel like most people just don't really care.
Yeah.
You have like the people that are like more tech savvy that do care, but
Mm.
I think a lot of people are like, man, it's like, well, what are they doing with the data anyway? It's like, I don't feel like
Is that
what they're doing is
apathy
harming. I don't really, I
or
mean,
what is that? Is that like you
I
just
don't really care if people have my data necessarily.
but why
It sounds
not
like weird to
though?
say,
I
but
feel because
like
that's
what
your data, bro. That's like you. Like that's like someone having access to Dylan Barry, the human, and all of his like things he wants and loves and everything. They have the data on
Mhm.
you, but that's you. Like you should be
What are
able
they
to
gonna do
like,
with it?
you know what I mean? Well, it's not what you're gonna do with it as much as you
The
need
fact that they
to
have it.
the fact that they have it. Because like if you don't have your own shit, right? It's your own shit. You should at least be able to have some, you know what I mean, level of control over it, even though you might not know what
I
the
do
fuck
have a
to do
level of
with
control
it.
over it if I just
You
don't
know?
use those services.
True, yeah, but one of the most difficult things, again, this feeds into the Google argument, like the whole, not argument, but the whole like discussion, because it's like, what other service can you use besides like this big ass fucking, like some
Yeah.
shit that and that's the difficulty. Like people don't want to move out of Apple because of iMessage. Like just
Mhm.
think about that. Like just blue text to people is more, you know what I mean? Like more friendly than like a green text. Like that's now a cultural thing. Like and that shit's crazy. Like people really buy into that shit.
So what do you think of? I mean, there's actually an AMA on Reddit the other day from the guy who founded Mozilla and created Firefox, right?
Ooh, okay.
And they're releasing a new browser, or they've been working on a browser for a while. It's called Brave, and the whole thing about Brave is that it has stuff built in. So it has like an ad blocker built in. It doesn't allow websites to track your data and that sort of thing.
hmm
So, what do you think about that? Are you like, yeah, that's cool? And then if you use that and you use Google, then they don't get your data.
I think okay. So look, like my one of my friends actually put me on to Brave. Like he's one of my crypto friends also. So like
Hmm.
he's really just in that world. And apparently you can earn points too. Like they have their
Yeah.
own like currency. So I think that's
Hmm.
kind of interesting. Like that. So that's how they kind of sustain it, I suppose, right? Because like they need some
I have
kind
no
of,
idea.
you know, yeah, because if they're not going to sell your information, then they have to make an income somehow. So I assume it's from their own economy that they built, like that whole Brave point system. But I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, I don't know, dude. I feel like I would, I'm one of those people that has speculations about Google and like its integrity, right? But at the same
Hmm.
time, all of my shit is just too ingrained into their fucking cloud, right? And I
Well,
hate to say that, but I can't leave. I feel like I'm so invested in Google Chrome that I can't make a switch into that sort of platform, even if that platform is for the people, in terms of like, giving you some level of privacy. You know what I mean? It's
yeah.
hard to make the switch, but I want to make the switch. Like if there's a way in the future,
Well, then make the
you
switch.
know,
There's a way right now. Just make it. Just download it and you're done.
but I want to, if I make a switch, I want to make like a complete switch. Cause after I found out that if you get banned, okay, did you know about this? Like if you get banned on YouTube, like for whatever reason, right? Either YouTube channel or you make a
Yeah,
comment, whatever
it
the fuck,
blocks your Google account and like you can't
bro.
access your Gmail and all that. I feel like that's
That's
gonna change.
crazy.
I
That's
feel like that's just
crazy.
like
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's
that's a
crazy.
problem,
Yeah.
obviously, and I feel like they're
That's
gonna fix that because
yeah.
it's dumb.
That's so stupid. I don't even know why like that was
Mm,
even in the algorithm. But see, it's things like that. Like I think the more powerful a company gets, like, because this is the thing, like, this is the first time I feel like in humanity we have had something as monolithic as fucking Google be this, like, number one, have all your fucking, you know what I mean? Like, it's so
mhm.
powerful. Everyone, it's like Google is a word that everyone in the world, if they hear it, they just know it. Like, it's that crazy, right? So, like, we've never been here, so mistakes are going to be made. But at the same time, the more powerful it becomes, the greater the cost of the mistake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's just this constant fucking like how like I don't know. It's just this constant like back and forth of trying to figure out like how to avoid those, I guess, but it's hard.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was like a discussion. I took an ethics class because I'm studying like computer science, and that was one of the things is we have to take this ethics class that kind of goes into like what is ethical to do as a company. Like when it comes to collecting data and that sort of thing.
Mhm.
So it's like something that people are discussing and something that's being taught. And I think it's just like it's such a new world that we haven't figured out like how to regulate it yet. And
Yeah.
like when you look at the government, the US government in particular, because that's where Google's based, they're so ignorant of technology that I mean, they're not going to do anything about it because they just don't understand anything.
Yeah.
They're probably getting paid off by Google anyway, so
Yo,
I
like
doubt they care.
we need some like Teddy Roosevelt type motherfucker to come in, cuz what wasn't he known like for the dude that like busted all the top 3 major,
Yeah, I
you
think
know,
so.
yeah, that's cool. We need some dude like that just to come in real quick and just, you know what I'm saying? Let them know, like, hey,
Let them
hey,
know. Let them
the
know.
people created you. you serve us.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like we don't serve you. Like it does not work that way. Like you need someone to go in and just real quick, like let them know, like, hey,
Yeah.
we let's take the reins type shit. But I don't know, man. Like I'd be crazy if someone like that comes along and does something. But
Yeah, I mean, we got Bernie, right? So
yeah,
he's kind of about that, but it's like
he had
you
a
have
heart
to
attack, man. Like it was just,
shut up.
nah, just-
Oh God, let's not get too political. Let's not get too political here.
that was a
Uh,
joke. And that was a joke. And that was a joke. That was a
uh,
joke. Uh,
but yeah, I think that's just like a symptom of a capitalist economy, where businesses are looking out for themselves, they're not looking out for the people, that's just the way it works. And ideally, you can still have companies that make money, but they're also doing it with people in mind, I guess.
yeah, man.
I don't know. I mean, some people would argue that there's no such thing as an ethical company, um, as far as, in a capitalist economy, but I think it could happen.
Yeah. I mean, how many hundreds of years has capitalism been a thing? Like, it's been a while, right?
I don't have an extensive history on it. I just know that it's pretty much been a thing since America's been around.
But just that idea of like bartering shit, like trading shit for something else, just the concept of like an economy, right?
Yeah, but I mean that's not necessarily like a capitalistic thing, I wouldn't say. I think
Well, yeah,
that's just like an economy, right?
right.
Things are gonna have value regardless of the system, and they're gonna be worth something. So
Yeah.
there's always gonna be trading and everything. It's just how it's conducted, I guess.
Speaking of trading, I want to get into WoW trading. Okay, real quick.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that segue, I was actually gonna try to lead into this, right? This is something that I've been like just addicted to this shit for like the last, I would say 24 hours since the drop, right? So
hmm
WoW Classic has now introduced the honor system for PvP.
Okay.
Okay,
I
so
don't
let
know
me
what that
explain.
means. So you're gonna have to tell me. Yeah.
I got you. So in the game of World of Warcraft, right? There's these zones called PvP zones, okay? Players can kill other players. It's kind of like RuneScape.
hmm
You played RuneScape,
I
right?
yeah, I understand what
Okay.
PvP zones are.
I'm just saying, like, it's like wilderness, but you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? All right. So, motherfucking imagine fucking 50 to 100 players on one side and then 50 to 100 players on the other side. And
hmm
we're just constantly going at it. It's just like a lag fest. There's like fucking AoE abilities, like blizzards and shit. It just looks crazy. The whole screen and fucking everything just starts lagging the fuck out. And it's just like this large scale fucking battle. And it
hmm
happens like constantly. And it's like the most interactive gameplay experience I've ever had with other people. You know what I'm saying? Because like I've played, a lot of games that are multiplayer, but like just to be in like the thick of that, that huge battlefield type feel that you get with this game is fucking crazy. And just to, like I have a lot of recorded gameplay footage of it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I might make a video or anything, but
Okay.
I just to have it. Like it was just a moment. Anyways,
All
I just
right.
wanted to, yeah, that was just some shit that it just came out. Like that was just my experience with it. That shit it was dope as fuck.
so, so that's what you wanted to tell me. You wanted to tell me that PvP came out, PvP
Yeah.
zones, and it's just been laggy.
Fucking crazy. It's
That's
lagging.
sick,
It's
dude.
crazy. It's sick as fuck, dude.
That's awesome.
Dude. I want to stream this game,
Why
but
don't you stream that game?
I don't stream. Okay, so here's all right. So
All right.
look.
I'm ready for it. Just tell me.
I made a character. Okay, I joined a guild. Like it. I have this thing where I have never talked to any of the people in that guild on voice chat ever. Like
Okay.
I'm on their Discord, right? I'm in the
Yeah.
raids. Like I talk
Yeah.
to them in game, but they've never heard my voice. You know what I mean? I just
hmm
keep it like its own separate thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like if I start streaming, then it's gonna be this whole thing where it's like, all right, now you know what I mean? You know who this is. You can now associate a fucking a
How
voice.
how are they gonna know you're streaming?
That's true. They would never know I'm streaming, actually. But even then, I feel like my point was that it's his own private thing. It's his own isolated thing. Like I
It's
just
its own
don't, you know what I
isolated
mean. So
thing.
when I play it, I don't, I don't want anyone watching. Like I just want.
Why don't you
play
do
the
like another
fucking game.
account?
then I have to pay like 15 more fucking dollars a month just
You
to
have to pay
goddamn.
$15 an account.
Yeah.
I thought you could have like multiple like characters or whatever.
You can have multiple characters. Wait.
Okay,
Let
do
me tell
that.
you about this
I
shit.
don't
Though.
know how it works.
There's something called multi-boxing, right? Which is fucking crazy.
Okay.
So it's when a person spends, I would say like $60 a month up to like 150. You can have as many as you want, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this motherfucker has like 10 different WoWs open on his PC, a new character for each fucking, thing. And he has an add-on that controls all the characters at once. They do the same action, right? So it's just 10 characters stacked on top of each other with one character leading. So as he's playing the game as that one, everything gets the same experience. It does the same
Right.
movement. It's insane. And people do that shit to make WoW gold, right? Like they farm hella fucking gold with that
Okay.
shit. And they sell that gold to gold selling sites. Each piece of gold is worth $1. And
Okay.
I met this guy who told me that he makes close to $2,000 a month just off of like selling gold to gold sites on top of his like job that he does. And I was just like, dude, this is
So
a
why
crazy
why
ass
would you
hustle.
stop at 10?
You could go higher. Listen. That's up to you. Like if you you can
I
handle
mean,
like if
if you're
what
making
you're doing,
$2,000 off 10 accounts,
Yeah.
that's like a profit of $1,800 a month. Why not do 20 accounts and make $3,600 a month? You know,
you could do that too. I don't know why he does. He should do that to be honest. But okay,
I'm
just
about to do it.
the fact that you can even make money like that is fucking crazy to me, dude. Like,
Well, it's probably against
I
the
don't
terms of
know.
service, right?
No, of course, yeah, you can't. But who reads terms of service? And second of all, if you really think about it, right? Like, even if you sell WoW Gold, it's not like you're gonna sell to someone that you don't think is actually gonna buy it from you. Like, you go to like, it's like a drug deal almost. Like, you have to know the guy. Like, you can't just, it's not just like an open public thing. Like, you can get banned for that shit.
You got to go on the Google black market.
You know what I'm saying? And then you gotta go to the Silk Road of WoW Gold, and you gotta
Yeah.
just fucking put in your bid, and then you get your gold. It's insane, bro. I know someone who spent over like $500 on gold, and I'm just like, why? Like, you could generate that on your own. Like, you could just go do that shit. Like,
Because for some people, it's like, because the same thing happens in RuneScape, right? I play RuneScape occasionally. I wouldn't
Yeah.
say I'm an avid player, but sometimes I get sucked back in. But it's the same sort of thing where it's like some people just don't have the time to grind for that gold, you know? Like they have a full-time job and they only have a couple hours a week they can
Mhm.
play. So they'd rather just not grind for the gold and just pay for it.
honestly, I see nothing wrong with that either. I actually support that line of thinking, but
hmm
I know
Does,
this person. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
well, I was going to say, does Blizzard have a method in game where you can actually buy gold with money?
So in retail, WoW is different from classic, but in retail you can buy game time with in-game gold. So people buy this token of game time, like it's 15 days if you like use the token,
hmm
right? They just sell that shit to people for,
Okay.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
that's the economy for.
That's the
So
same thing RuneScape has. So
yeah. They've it's kind of like, dude, China Blizzard is fucking crazy, bro. Like it's now China Blizzard if you really think about it. Like, and they do some crazy shit in classic WoW where they have game masters who are just people that you. It's like RuneScape GMs, you know what I mean? Like you never see them until they choose to like appear to you, but they're
Mhm.
like combing through your fucking chat. Like it's like what the fuck is like? There's no privacy, right? And they're looking to see if there's any like words like I want to buy WoW Gold or PayPal. Like they really look for this shit and they like find those people and whisper them like, hey, you better cut that shit out. Or you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like,
Hey.
I'm gonna time your fucking whole account out, bitch. For like
Yeah.
24 hours.
Time them out, dude.
It's crazy. Man, people hating on people who have jobs and can't afford it. Can't grind it out.
I think
that's
I'd just
hate.
buy the gold, dude.
Fuck it, right? Like, what's the
I don't know.
point?
I feel like it also kind of like cheapens the game a little bit because I feel like part of the game is that you have to make money, you know?
Yeah.
It's
no,
like you don't
that's
get the
true.
full experience.
Dude, speaking of like ruining games by by just finding shortcuts, do you remember when I was on my Monster Hunter World?
Yeah, and you found some broken stuff.
Bro, it was the stupidest shit. There's literally a mod you download that just gives you all the items that you could ever fucking want, right? Some shit that has like 0.1% drop rate, Like you go on Reddit and someone's like, "Oh, I grinded this for 86 times and I didn't get it," and you're just like, "Oh shit, you did that 86 times? I just bought it, bitch!" Like for like 2 minutes, I just downloaded the add-on, and you can take that shit and use it in a real lobby. So it's like, what's the point of the game? You know what I mean? Like you can just get like the best shit. But Capcom never did anything to stop that. Literally nothing. Like there's no word from them. They didn't give a fuck. Like they were just like, all
It's
right.
still in the game?
It's still, dude, you can do anything you want in
What?
that game, bro. You can do anything you want. Capcom does not give a fuck. But I remember spending $60, getting to end game, spending hella hours with my friends just to find that fucking add-on. I told my friend about it. He used the add-on and completely ruined the game for everybody. Like we quit within like a week. Like it was just like, fuck. There's nothing else to do. We made like the best builds. We like Googled like the best shit. Like we just
Speaking of games, I'm tired of listening about Monster Hunter. Sorry.
That's all good.
Halo, the new Halo coming out, right?
Uh-huh.
Did you sign up for the beta thing?
No, I don't even know where to sign up.
I just got admitted into that, so
What
Scott and
the
I are gonna play that.
fuck? How the
Yeah.
fuck did what?
You gotta sign up for like the Xbox like Insiders program or something.
You sign up for that shit?
Yeah.
What? That's crazy.
What?
What?
Were you ever a Halo guy?
I
I
was.
feel like everybody
but
was a Halo guy, except for me. I wasn't really a Halo guy.
You weren't a Halo guy?
And now as a COD guy.
Come on, you're a COD guy.
That's
Now
the
you-
way it be.
I could see you being a COD guy.
COD's sick. I only buy it like every 3 years though, you know?
I feel you.
It's one of those games like I just can't support it every year.
The new COD is just like, come on now.
Come on now.
That shit's just
It's
trash.
like the new Pokemon that just came out. Have you been keeping up with that? You don't know anything about Pokemon, do you?
I do not. Wait, hold up one sec. There's someone just ringing my doorbell. Just hold up.
Dang.
1 second.
Sup?
A little Amazon pickup, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what'd you get?
Spindrift, you know? I've been on my like cold brew hype too. Like I've been making really good cold brew coffee.
Yeah.
I bought like a filter and I buy like the fucking coffee grounds and I get like a new one. I got like a Colombian dark blend this time. So I'm just
Yeah, you were
excited
talking
to
about the
try
Colombian last
Yeah.
last podcast.
that. I got a different type of Colombian blend though.
um
Man, I love cold brew. Cold brew helps me lose weight.
yeah.
Cold brew helps me because it's all I drink. Like I wake up in the morning, I have like a cup of cold brew.
It's all you drink or it's all you eat?
And eat. Like I just sip on it. Because the thing with coffee is that it's actually a suppressant
Yeah.
for your appetite. So it's like you don't get hungry. So like if I'm just busy doing something and I'm just like just drinking that shit gives me more energy and it tastes good as fuck. I'm just like
Mhm.
really addicted to coffee, I think. If I'm drinking like a jug of that shit every day. But
People love their coffee.
I love this shit, bro. It's fucking great.
Coffee's
Dope.
sick.
Bro, I want
I
to
like
try
the smell of coffee.
The smell of coffee is dope because it like when you wake up, it
It's all
gives
I
you
need.
that like nice hickory, that nice like
Hickory?
hickory.
Okay.
Nice
Okay.
wood chip burning, like nice like burned.
Are you like boiling this over a fire? What are you doing?
Bro, that's how you make traditional European coffee, bro. I imagine like back in the day, like they used to just have like a fucking big ass pot and like some wood chips burning. And then
Mhm.
they put like just water and a shit ton of coffee grounds in it, and they just like use a sieve after just to like get the fucking.
Yeah, I mean, probably.
That's fire, dude. That's how I want to make my coffee from now on. 'Cause that's the OG method. That's like the way to do it.
I feel like it's like I don't know. There's two trains of thought. I feel like some people are like, oh, coffee. I want to take my time with it. It's like an art form, almost. Making a good cup of coffee. And then other people just like want to walk into the kitchen, push a button on a machine, and be done.
I'm that, yeah. I'm that kind of.
You're the second kind.
I'm in the middle.
Mm.
Because it's like I want to put in work for the coffee, but not like excessive. Like
Not
I
too
have to-
much.
Yeah, like I don't mind.
You don't want to have to crush the bean yourself.
Yeah, I'm not trying to do all that shit like that.
Grind the bean.
Yeah, because that's an extra step, and people are gonna be like, "Oh, just buy a grinder." No, then I have to like use the grinder and then like remove
It's
it.
fresher though if you use the grinder.
True.
Makes it taste better.
But the package you get from Amazon of the same shit, like the good quality shit, they come with a little air tab on the side of it, so it just there's no air inside. It's like completely like fresh no matter what. It's like vacuum sealed.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what you think, that's fine.
Maybe that's marketing. Maybe that's just like clever marketing, and I fell for it.
No, I think the whole bean. I think that's the marketing.
Yeah, I'm
Any
not trying
sort
to
of
do all
marketing
that.
where the manufacturer can remove a step and give it to the consumer, that's just marketing.
Bro, no. That's like raw milk, dead ass. Like that's exactly how that works. Like it's a craze. Like people really, dude. Okay, because this leads into like a bigger thing. Like, have you ever met those people that are like, yeah, no, I only consume the rawest of products. Like I I like to go to the nature, like right where it happened. I like to be there.
No, I've never met people like that.
I haven't either, but if there's someone like that out there, I want you to know that, you go fuck yourself. That shit doesn't even work.
I'm down with people like that because I feel like
Nah.
usually they just grow their own food, you know?
They're pretentious, man. They're so pretentious. Cause that's okay. Look, that's like the dude trying to make like fucking art with his like coffee. That's like the same type that like likes certain types of beer, and if you don't like the same type of beer, he
They
does.
just enjoy the process, you know? They enjoy the finer things in life.
Pretentious, bro. Pretentious, bro.
A little
Just,
pretentious.
just get a Miller Lite. You know what I'm saying? For once, just get a. You know what I mean? Just real quick, a Coors Light. It doesn't. You don't always got to drink some crazy shit. Like, no, I'm just playing. I get it. Like some people are just really passionate. So like, but it comes off as like pretentious
Yeah.
if you like
It's all
care
about the
too much.
process, you know?
Yeah.
But like I said, that's just all marketing.
Bro,
If you're able to sell a
yeah.
process to somebody and make them work harder, it's like you've made it.
You've made it in life, bro. Like your business
You've
is
made
just,
it.
yeah, your business. Google has made it. Like, bro, we just been giving them shit. Like it's not even like we are the process.
Google's crazy.
They're crazy. Imagine working at Google.
Yeah.
Nah, that's too much. I feel like they only want like it probably just
You gotta, you know, with
yeah.
YouTube, you know, if you were to do that, you're kind of working for Google.
That's true. I mean, you're like Google's slave if you're like a YouTuber. Because they take look
Basically.
off rip, they take 50% of your shit,
Hmm.
which people can argue like that goes to server costs and maintenance. I see that. You know what I mean? I see that.
Everybody says that
I see
YouTube,
that.
I've read this and I've heard it from multiple sources that YouTube itself has never been profitable.
That's what they all say. Yeah.
That's what they all say. They all say.
My friend was telling me this shit the other day because we were talking about just I was venting to him about how bullshit YouTube is, and then
Mhm.
he was like telling me like, bro, but YouTube just runs at a deficit. So from a financial sense, it only makes sense that you know what I'm saying like they take money from creators and shit like that. But, you know, because it's like you're funding the site as well just for it to like maintain itself.
Mhm.
But I guess from like our viewpoint, it's like 50% is a lot. Like I don't think
Yeah.
for you don't think you need that much. And plus, like, not only is it a lot from 50, if you don't like you don't even have to be partnered, right? In order to
Mhm.
just get paid. You can just do AdSense. But I feel like
I mean, is YouTube partner, is that even a thing anymore?
they have a program and I get emails constantly. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, I don't know what this is.
Okay.
But it's just them trying to like guide like pleb ass YouTubers with like,
Right.
tutorials like, oh, how to be relevant. It's like, bitch, you
Maybe
can't
we
like
need to maybe we need to look at some of those.
this guy's like, gotta like, yeah, go sit through a couple courses real quick,
Yeah,
see
yeah.
if they enlighten us
Real quick.
real quick, make a comeback again, dude. Fucking yeah, they have a YouTube thing, but if you're not partnered, I feel like it's really hard for you to fight. What is it? What do you call that? It's really
Like
hard for you to
copyright
fight copyright.
issues?
Yeah, I think it's really hard.
I think it's hard no matter what.
I
I don't think
remember,
it matters if you're a partner or not. I feel like there's
yeah.
tons of like big channels that they use like a 10-second clip of something or like 5 seconds of music. And it's like, nope, copyright.
So okay, look, this is my experience with this is my experience with it
All right, let's hear it.
in terms of partner. I was a partner with Curse. I remember
Uh-huh.
when I made when I made Charged Raja Charge. I think that was the name of the video. It was a Reinhardt video I made. It was like the first
Mhm.
Overwatch video ever that I made, and I made
Mhm.
that shit, and it did really well. But I remember I got flagged because one of the, like I used like a sample of a song for like the last 5 seconds, and I don't know where the fuck I found that song. Like I was just I don't know what the where I was mentally or where the fuck I was on the internet, but like I found that shit, and they fucking copyright claim me, and it was bullshit. Like that was like in the first 24 hours they just took that income. You know what I mean? That's a lot. So I hit up my boys at Curse, and I'm like, yo, like how the fuck do I fight this claim? Because you guys are taking X amount. I can't say how much, but is it 20?
I think so.
Okay, yeah. So they take 20 on top of YouTube's 50. So I'm only getting I'm getting nothing basically out of this whole shit. But, you know, so can you protect me? Like, what's happening, right? Like, can I get this removed? So they're like, yeah, we'll take a look at it. We'll try to contact the guys over at YouTube because they have a connection. And within a week, that copyright claim went away.
But then the majority of your views happen in the first week anyway. So.
Exactly. But I guess my experience was that they did eventually, you know what I'm saying? As opposed to like, I never get anything from it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they did take the first 24, which is fucked up, first of all. Like, that's like some weird, they abuse the loophole to, you know, make that money. But like, I feel like, you know, eventually you get it back. You know what I mean? And you do make something from it. It's not like, you know.
Yeah. I mean, like with YouTube anymore, it's like the main money source is sponsorships, you know, sponsored videos. Because ad revenue is just not reliable anymore. I mean, it never was, but especially now.
Dude, I've heard the opposite, and I don't know what to believe. Because okay, look, because here's the thing. I know what you're saying, and I agree with you. It never was reliable at all. Like, even, like, it was not reliable for me at all. But I've been talking to some people who are currently doing YouTube who are like doing pretty good with their channels, and they tell me that it is reliable as fuck now. Like the algorithm is apparently better. Like the more you upload, and then you get some consistent view count, they actually kind of like better reward you now with the AdSense. Like they're making a good amount of money, and they were telling me that that was their experience with it. But I don't know. It was like that, comparing that to when like couple years ago when we were making content consistently, I don't know. It just feels like a completely different system. You know what I mean? Algorithm wise.
Yeah, I mean, I think it also just depends on the channel. You know, some channels I feel like it can be more consistent than others, and if you're having like the same amount of views, then it's like, yeah, but I guess what I'm saying is it's just not as guaranteed as like a sponsorship in a video would be.
Right, like a nature box or some shit. Like some.
I don't know what nature box is, but sure.
It's like a loot crate.
Hey, don't tell me what it is, all right? Don't let them sneak into this podcast without paying us.
I don't even know if they're a real company anymore, man. That was such a long time ago. Like you saying what is Nature Box, let me know that that's not, they're no longer a thing. You know
don't what I mean? Google it. Nobody Google Nature Box.
Yeah, but fucking. But that's how they make their money now. You're right. Like it's just direct because I feel like now advertisers. I feel like there's certain advertisers that are not big enough, right? They're in like some weird market space where they're like small, kind of medium, so they can't really like afford YouTube ad space. Instead, they just contact creators directly, and they're just like, "Yo, I'm gonna toss you like 10, 20K, you know, just put this fucking plug somewhere." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then that works too. You know what I mean? If anything, those deals are actually way fucking better than the bigger ad deals because you can't even fucking negotiate those deals. You know what I mean? They just like throw you like a fucking penny for like, you know, every view or some bullshit. But at least these guys let you know up front, like, hey, X amount of money guaranteed. You know what I mean? Just.
How do you feel about that? How do you feel about it when you watch a video and let's say it's like a 10-minute video, right?
Yeah.
And I know you use ad block. You're an ad block user.
Oh,
which,
yeah.
You know, that's fine. Whatever.
You block Origin.
So how do you feel about a mid-roll ad that's been like hard edited into the video? Like say you've watched 5 minutes of video and then like a segment comes up and they're like, okay, guys, want to let you know that this video is sponsored by this company. How do you feel when your experience is interrupted for like a minute and a half? Do you just skip past it and you're like, it doesn't bother me because they're getting paid?
I skip. Because one thing I learned about YouTube is there are people who are willing to sit through that. And I'm not one of those people, but I respect the type who are because you're directly supporting that motherfucker, right? And even more so to the point, there's also some people that will sit through that ad and actually want that product. You know, and that might be like a small minority, but that's still there. You know what I mean? So like, I can't really knock it because it probably works if they keep doing it, right? They probably do get subscriptions or whatever the fuck, which is probably what motivates the behavior in the first place. But yeah, I can't knock it. I think I just skip it. I'm just like, fuck it, bro. Like you do you.
You just hit like L on the keyboard like 6 times.
Is L the button that?
It's like a 10-second fast forward.
Oh, see, I didn't even know that. Fucking pro tip right there.
Pro tip.
He knows Google foo, YouTube foo.
I mean, I don't mind it because it's like I know they're getting paid for it, and if they don't get paid, then they can't make as many videos or whatever. So it's like that's cool.
Yeah, no, fuck it. I mean, you gotta do what you
But
gotta do.
I mean, I'd be lying if I said it doesn't hurt my immersion.
All right, of course. No, no, no. Look,
My experience suffers
look.
slightly.
Let's get this straight, bro. Like 90% of the content that I see on this site is absolute fucking dog shit. Like in terms of quality of content. Like I'm
Yeah.
talking just quality. It doesn't matter if you have like a 4K camera or a fucking whatever the fuck K camera. Like the content is dog shit compared to what the fuck the website was putting out. Like if I go on trending right now, it is some trash motherfuckers spewing
Uh-huh.
some hot fucking shit and people just eating that shit up. And look, I can't hate. Like my whole thing is this, right? Like I can't hate on the hustle because I understand. Like this is the world we live in now. This is what people are clicking on. This is what they're watching, right? It is what it is.
Mhm.
But at the very same time, I'm gonna call it what it is. It's fucking dog shit, right? It's just horrible fucking content. And my whole thing is this: there's like 10% of YouTubers that I feel like are still original to their authentic self, like from when they first started, like still making like good
Mhm.
content, like still evolving the craft, right? But I feel like the rest of these motherfuckers are just like people that bite from it and sort of just use that to get their own shit off, right? And
Mhm.
I don't know. It's like I fucking hate the current state of YouTube, bro. Content wise, we are so starved of good content. It's fucking ridiculous. Like,
I
there's
feel like
not.
there's probably more good content than there's ever been. It's just harder to find because there's so much more content you have to dig through.
I don't know. I have yeah no yeah no. But I feel you though. I get that. Like that's a good way of looking at it too. That's a very optimistic way of looking at it,
I
given the
mean,
state of
when
shit.
you say we're starved of good content, you're saying that there used to be good content, right?
There used to be,
Okay,
bro.
so what those people that were making good content, do you feel like they just left the platform or they changed their content
Let me put it like
or
this. Let me put it like this. I'm when I say 90% are dog shit, is from my opinion, right? So like
Mhm.
from my viewpoint of YouTubers that I used to think were good YouTubers, there's none of those people still either making content A or B, those people have either moved the fuck on or you know what I mean? Like they're just doing other shit,
right?
because this platform is the way it is. So it's like what I'm left with is content that I always fucking hated, but now that's the new norm. Like, and then so like I'm just in a hater mood like all the time when I look at it, right? Because it's like my
Uh-huh.
favorite creators are fucking gone. So it's like what the fuck? And then I just see like just how people comment nowadays. I even hate on that. Like I don't know what it is. Like I
How
hate it.
people
I'm like an
comment
old man,
nowadays.
bro. I'm an old man when it comes to YouTube. But it is what it is. Like I'm just coming from a perspective of someone who's just been through a period. Like I've seen the different trends rise and the ebb and flow of YouTube trends, you know what I'm saying? But like, you know, I don't know. I feel like the content just isn't where it's at. I think no, actually to your point, I think the content that's being portrayed is not doing it justice to all the good content out there, right? Like I
Mhm.
feel like YouTube's trending page, I think they choose that obviously, right? Like it's their algorithm, but there's some shit on there that isn't even really trending. Like you can tell that they
Yeah.
paid for that spot. So it's like
Right.
so when you can when you can compromise, how you like what you show people when that becomes compromised by money, then you're living in like a weird ass like, like the marketplace. Like it's not even like a fucking, and the shit that gets shown is like very specific and it's always just like targeted shit. And that's why I fucking hate it, bro. It's like the content they portray is never the good type of content on YouTube. It's always the
Right.
bullshit.
Do you think you're in the minority though, as somebody who wants quote unquote good content, where a lot of people don't necessarily view YouTube as a place or a platform for like real content, you know? They view it for like shorter, kind of just like I don't want to say like stupid videos, but stuff that has less substance.
I don't think I'm in the minority. Actually, dude, I think I'm in the fucking majority. Like, cause the thing is, people don't know what the fuck they want until they get it. And that goes for literally fucking anything. So when it comes to like YouTube trends and content, what they're getting right now is what is being paid to be shown to you, right? Or like whoever the fuck is, getting those spots. But I feel like before there was this concept of them showing us content and you finding it and naturally like rising videos that are getting buzz pop up, right? Different shit like that. There was more of a space for creators to just sort of create dope ass shit. Like you could find more people back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like there's more to look at. Like it's not just the same type of people. It's not just the same type of content. So I think in a way it's like, um, well, I forgot the question. Just repeat the question one more time.
I'm just saying, do you think YouTube is the right platform for somebody looking for more
Not
serious
anymore. Not
or
in
real
2019.
content?
Not in 2019. I think in 2019, unless you're rich or famous or have some sort of connection to the fucking list, or you're just willing to just spend the time to carve out a niche audience for yourself and try to make it on these fucking, on these charts, I don't think it's for you. Like I think good content, like things that, I think universally good content is accepted. You know what I mean? Like across the board. I think the people that watch the content that they watch now, they can even tell you that it's not the best shit that they watched. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone
Mhm.
just has that thing in their mind, like, okay, this is good content. And they'll watch whatever, they'll, but they know, like, all right, this is just, I've seen better shit. Like
But
it's
don't you
dope, but
also feel that applies for media in general, as far as movies or Netflix, shows on other services? Don't you feel like 90% of that stuff kind of sucks?
I think, yeah, the same thing can be applied. It's literally the same thing.
So I mean, do you think it's
Yeah.
uh like an industry-wide thing, or do you think it's specific to YouTube?
I think it's a cultural thing. I think as a culture of media consumers, we are so burnt out with all the bullshit content and them just not
But we're
doing,
not, because
you
people
know.
watch it.
That's the thing. I think people will watch whatever the fuck you put in front of them. I don't think, cuz that's the thing. People will watch anything, bro. That look, you can literally put fucking man, what's that one movie? Um Look at any Adam Sandler movie. Like literally, like you can put anything in front of anybody, they'll watch it. Like he makes millions doing that shit, bro. Like people will watch anything you put in front of them. That is a
There are people
power,
that like
you
that, though.
know.
There are people that like Adam Sandler movies.
But if I swear, if you ask that same person, is this the best shit you ever seen? They're gonna say no. There's always something in their mind that they think is better. There's always they don't have that yet. People
Another
only
Adam
know.
Sandler movie, probably.
Dude, that's fire. Say he drops like another one, and that shit just gets like no. But like my point basically is that I'm a hater. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a hate, but it's coming from a place of like I've just seen better. I've seen like a different type of YouTube. It's just not the same type. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. It's just
I
like a
don't know. I
different
mean, I
space.
think
It's a different
I
space.
think I disagree. I think that there's just a lot more channels, and I think the majority of stuff that's been uploaded to YouTube has always been dog shit.
That's actually kind of true
No, I think
too.
that's just true. I think literally everybody will
Yeah,
agree with that. Like
yeah.
99% of what is uploaded, because anybody can upload. You don't have to have any experience, and it's not necessarily because these people are just making dog shit content. It's because many of them, this is like one of their first 10 videos they've ever made in their entire life. Of course, it's gonna suck. It's gonna be straight garbage. But it's like a lot of videos are like that. So I think like the majority of shit uploaded to YouTube is gonna suck. But I think that there's more good content being uploaded, as far as like a number, like a hard number. Not maybe not percentage wise. I feel like percentage wise, there's probably less. But as far as a number, like how many videos uploaded per day are quote unquote good, I feel like it's probably higher than it's ever been.
Wait, I think okay, you know what this reminds me of? We always used to have this conversation about what it means to have good content versus not good content. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like a static definition. And I think the bar for good content used to be that and you can disagree with me at any point. Just let me know, right? I think the bar used
Okay.
to be that you need to have. First of all, if you're gonna make like a vlog, the camera's got to be at least decent. Decent. I'm not saying like 1080p or some 4K shit, but like just decent, right? At least you can see your fucking face. The focus is right. Like
Sure.
some basic
Yeah.
shit. That's the bar. And then you got a mic. All right, you could do a skit, you could do a vlog, whatever the fuck you want to do. It's very basic, but that's the bar. That's like just to make a fucking video. Everyone has
Hmm.
those capabilities now. The technology has caught up to the point where, like
Right.
you said, there's so many people making content that most of it is dog shit. Like, let's be real, because like you said, it's just a
Right.
lack of experience. It is what it is. But I think my viewpoint comes from this idea that if you as a platform that supports creators is gonna have like this page called trending, right? Where you are saying that these videos on this list are what is defining your YouTube trends at the moment. This is what the world should click on, and you know what I mean? It's universal. Anyone can click on the tab and figure out what's
I don't.
trending.
Okay,
But
so
okay,
maybe
well,
go
let
ahead.
me just
Sorry.
I just want to finish. Okay, so my point finishes where if that list can be compromised, right? And the
Mhm.
integrity of what is trending on your website that you are showing to us is compromised, I think that is no longer, something that I can trust. That's no longer so like I can't look at your platform and go like, okay, there's actually good content here because you're deciding to show me this shit. And I don't know if this shit is something that they paid for or if some shit that is actually trending because the views on this are less than this video. You know what I'm saying? So how the fuck is this trending? You know what I mean? And it's just this
Mhm.
constant thing. It's like what the fuck is actually what am I looking at? Am I looking at some shit someone paid for me to look at, or am I looking at the actual website itself? And I think that is where I'm at. Like that's why I say like it's so dog shit when it comes to content. It's like this is just what they decide to show us. Anyways, but that's my
Right.
point. But yeah, what are you gonna say?
Well, I think it's just like it depends what the trending section is supposed to be and what you consider it. Like, I don't think the trending section necessarily says, "Hey, this is good content." I think this just means this is like what's gotten the most views in this amount of time. That's my understanding of the trending page. And obviously, there's like a whole algorithm behind what gets decided and what's chosen. Because sometimes a video will blow up, but it doesn't get on trending, maybe because it's not, appropriate for advertisers or whatever. So it's just like, I guess it just depends what the trending page is for, because I don't necessarily say, oh, I wonder what good content is on YouTube right now. Let me check out the trending page.
No, that's fair. That's a fair argument. The the reason why I say the reason why I kind of look at it that way is because people that I know in real life who are not as savvy to YouTube, right? Who don't use it the way we use it, or who don't like look at it the way we look at it. They look at the trending as if it is that recommendation by
The
the
end all be
website,
all.
right? Because they don't know any better, dude. If you have like a trending tab, if you go to Instagram, if you go to Twitter, right? Like anything that it has like hashtag trending on it, it is supposed to represent what the fuck is the hottest shit on the website, right?
Hmm.
And so that's why a lot of people look at it that way. So when they look at it like that, and then you can compromise that, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah.
and look, I don't even have proof, I guess, that it is compromised. I guess the only proof that I can tell you is that there are other videos, like you said, some are ad friendly, right? Not ad friendly, right? And they don't get put on the shit.
Hmm.
But why the fuck does that matter? Like the list is called trending, not trending for your favorite advertiser. So it's,
Yeah.
it's it's like why exactly are we then limiting these people? And so it's just this weird ass fucking like, all right, this is the end all be all. This is what we decide is supposed to be up on here. And if you got money, shit, Will Smith got on the fucking trending for two different spots, right? And there was videos that dropped the same day from way bigger creators that made way more of an impact on that day that didn't even end up
Hmm.
on the fucking list. You cannot tell me that Will Smith didn't fucking pay for that shit. Someone paid for that shit for that to be on there. Either
Right.
Disney for Aladdin or whatever the fuck. But I don't like it when shit like you can't compromise that. Like if you compromise that, I lose trust, basically. Like I
Yeah.
don't know. That's how
I
I feel.
guess, I don't know. I think YouTube, I mean, do they explain? I'm actually looking at the def of what this is how they defined trending on YouTube, right? It says trending aims to surface videos that are appealing to a wide range of viewers, are not misleading, clickbaity, or sensational, capture the breadth of what's happening on YouTube and in the world, showcase a diversity of creators, and ideally are surprising or novel. And it says it uses these factors: view count, how fast the video generates the views, where the views are coming from, and the age of the video. So I think right here it shows like, I don't know, that they don't necessarily always show like the most successful videos or whatever, because like they want something that's quote unquote surprising or novel. and they want to
Bro,
showcase a diversity of creators. It's like
can I tell you how
if
bullshit that is? I'm looking at trending right now. Can I tell you how bullshit that is, bro? I'm looking at it right now.
yeah, dude, are you waiting for an
Bro,
answer? Yeah, tell me.
every single time there is trending, the React channel is on there. They always have a title that says "Try this for today. Try not to eat challenge. Marvel food. People versus food." Big fucking text. A bunch of surprise fucking faces right above that sniper wolf. Most oddly satisfying food video ever. Is her on the side of the thumbnail, looking like the most fake excited face I've ever seen a human make, with the picture of a fucking frosty cone on the side. Bro. This site is garbage for content, bro. And if you allow that to get, I'm just saying, like, you're telling me out of like the millions of motherfuckers that are making content right now, right? And I think even now more so than ever, we have more million subscriber YouTubers, right? Like you would say,
Yeah.
more so than ever. So you're telling me out of all these fucking communities, these big ass fucking communities, right? You chose those. Those are the ones
Right.
that, like, what the fuck, bro? Like, there has to be some bullshit going on with this. Like, that should not represent YouTube. Those videos should not be like like reaction channel, bro. The Fine
Don't you feel like
Bros.
it kind of does represent YouTube though?
That's the fucking sad part. It does, but that's why I'm saying this content is so
Yeah.
fucking dog shit. It's so dog shit. Like, it's so bad, bro. But that's YouTube.
But anyway, if you guys want
2019.
this video to make it on trending on YouTube, be sure to click farm, hire click farm.
Bro,
Get it going.
there's literally a video why 17-year-old can't get out of her seatbelt. And it's
Why can't she, dude?
bro,
That's
bro,
surprising. That's a
this
surprising video. It meets the
this
guidelines.
website is literal dog shit, bro. Like, what is happening? What the fuck is happening, bro? It's so stupid. Anyways, look, all right, let's get off that little fucking tangent. But yeah, man, I think this has been a good podcast. We like really just like
Yeah.
let out our fucking frustrations about YouTube. I like that. You know what I mean? Because they're like our employers in a way. So this is us venting. Like,
They're not
you know
our.
what I mean?
How much money did we make last month on the podcast? $2. Okay, sick. How much of that did YouTube take? 50%. Cool. Cool. Okay.
Cool. All right, my bad. Not our employer, our slave masters over at YouTube.
There you go.
They, we're venting about it. Is all. You know what I'm saying? Don't ban us. Google, if you're listening in on this one.
Please.
Don't.
Nobody's listening right now. If you make it to this part in the video,
right
if you guys make it this far, please just let us know.
No, if you make it this far, can you just say something in the comment section to let us know? You made like
Nobody, I don't. That's
of
gonna be
life.
sad because we're saying that we're gonna look and there's gonna be nothing.
Nothing.
Nobody makes it this far.
Bro,
we can say anything we want right now.
Anything, and no one will give a fuck.
Nobody would know.
It's just us, like just talking on this.